Okay, guys, welcome. This is Hi, it's Rupert, and we're just saying hello and checking in. And Rupert is in Virginia. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Rupert is a YouTuber. He has a channel called Hi, it's Rupert. He's been telling the truth since at least 2012 on platforms like American Freedom Radio and Alex Jones. I think, you know, he won an award on that back in the day, and his own channels, and like 2 million hits on YouTube, on Facebook in a month, and just gone quiet for a while. So it's just good to say hello and see what's going on.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi.
Yeah.
So talk to us. Like, do you want to talk about America at the moment, or do you want to tell us about your travels around the world?
I ran up a mountain yesterday. I've run up the mountain before. I just ran up one today. I'm a straight up beast.
Yeah, okay. So we can mention the running up volcanoes, right?
I mean, I never made it to the volcano. It was a lot further away than it looked like, and I could never get out there early enough to get all the way over there. What I wish I had was a car to take me to the foot of the volcano, so I could have tried to run up that. But that was kind of fun. But there was a couple of times when I was doing that I was like, okay, you are on a volcanic island. You don't have any water. You are at least a mile from where anybody is. And there were points where I literally couldn't see anything other than the land. I was like in there. And there were bleached bones of animals around. I was like, this is just bad. This is just bad. If something happens, it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna hurt myself and no one's gonna find me. So I had to stop.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Rupert and I spent a month in Lanzarote. Well, I spent a couple of years, and Rupert visited for a month, and he just...
It was 3 weeks.
Well, okay.
Like 3 weeks.
Okay, and he just ran and ran and ran, just ran. It was fantastic. I used to go swimming every day, and Rupert just used to take off sometimes for 3 hours running.
I go run. And then I'd go over to the beach and go jump off that wall. There was a bunch of little kids over there. We were doing stuff.
Oh, that was so fun. And do you know, just briefly, like, you know, all the Scientology thing about the Canary Islands? They think that's where all the demons, went.
I had a feeling that, because when I was looking at those volcanoes, I was like, that does sound like that. But yeah, they think that, yeah. That's goofy. That's goofy.
Yeah. If you research the L. Ron Hubbard thing, the Canary Islands are that they think that's where all the demons went into the volcanoes or came out. Or I don't study.
I think they hide in mountains. I know they do.
Yeah.
Like I think bad entities like to hide in mountains because there's not many people on them.
Have you ever been to Yellowstone?
No.
No,
I haven't.
Me either. Yeah, me either. Okay.
I think I've got family members that have been there.
Yeah, because there's huge numbers of people go missing in those parks, in those national parks.
Yeah.
That's weird shit.
Sorry if you can hear the coffee pot. I got coffee going.
That's okay. So what's new? Anything? What's exciting you? What's driving you? Are you just quiet?
Yesterday I did a podcast. The guy actually has little studio set up, so we went over there and shot about 2-3 hours of just talking about stuff.
Wow.
So I've been back doing a media cycle again, trying to go back through and figure things out. I need somebody to sponsor the show. Like, all of my equipment was lifted off me, so I need a faster computer to crunch video, and I need, I have some stuff, not a lot, but I got some stuff I need. But there's definitely a lot of material right now for creating comedy videos and other videos of interest, trying to keep up with current events and stuff.
For sure. I won't stay too long on the politics, but do you think Biden had an earpiece and a black thing in his eye?
I don't care.
You don't.
All that stuff's no, I don't care. It looks like I think Trump's gonna win. I don't pay attention to it, and I don't know. I was so happy to not be here for the last one, and I really wish I wasn't here for this one either, because people just become insufferable during the election cycle. This place is like a powder keg waiting to go off. I mean, it's getting bad. There's a lot of, I mean, where I'm at right now is it's not like that. But in the places where the stuff is hot spots, it could get really ugly. Because there's a lot of people that just want to be left alone with all this crap. And when those people start showing up, that's when you got problems. When people who just want to be left alone get mad, they get really mad. Yeah. So those are the ones you got to watch out for. And it's like, I don't know. It's hard to keep the emphasis on something when you boil it down, I guess. But it's just poor decisions, bad behavior. Historically, people vote, if there's turmoil going on, historically people vote for the peace candidate. That's why Hitler can get in there, because he's like, all right, we're going to shape this up. So if you give them a reason by like inciting violence, causing, like setting fires, stuff like that, you're giving people a reason to stop caring about what you do, and they're just going to vote against you. Like they've done the optics of the Democratic Party and the left-leaning people are horrible. They're just horrible. They have been for this entire go-around since the middle of 2016. I mean, it's just been violent. And the violence kicked off where I left too, so that made it even weirder. It made it even weirder. I mean, I was sitting over there and watching the TV and seeing people that I knew on the TV and reports, because I lived in Charlottesville, and so that's a whole thing that I might write a chapter about, just what that place is like, what it can be like, and then what it turned into, because everybody they didn't realize how, like, when spring breaks in Charlottesville, like when the winter part is over and it starts getting warm out, it's like the most beautiful place ever. And how people could turn it into that is really stupid. It's really dumb. And I wish that they had gamed that out a little bit better before they let it. But just everybody gets, if the TV and internet went off for like a week, people would have no idea what page to be on. It's just it's created an issue that, I don't know, the internet is not serving humanity very well right now, other than people buying stuff off of it. But hang on, I'm gonna just one sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch up hats.
Okay. Yeah, I miss your hats. I need to put some hats on the wall. I like to wear hats too. That's cool. There was something I was going to say to you. Yeah, I've got a Facebook friend in Minneapolis, and she's about 70, and she's putting up posts. They're banging people's doors in. They're down the street from me. Like, what do I do? Do I pray? Do I flee? That stuff is crazy. It really makes me understand. For one thing, I'm amazed that an American election can affect the whole world. It's literally.
Yeah, well, we're people like to talk smack about the United States, but when you leave for a while and come back, there's something about it. Like, we let a lot of stuff slide. People are like, there's millions of people in jails. Like, yeah, we give people a really long leash to screw up. If you're minding your own business, for the most part, no one's going to bother you. It's really like that. Yeah. That part can get, the sort of mind your own business thing didn't get beaten out of us with post 9/11 rhetoric or whatever. We're still like that. So if you want to go looking for a fight, you'll find one. There's plenty of people out there to fight with now, but that's not what's going on. They got us fighting with each other instead of fighting them. That's exactly the point. But the things that, it's funny because I agree with stuff on both sides of the aisle. I mean, how can you not? Like, there's some stuff where you're just like, well, yeah, that seems okay. And then you look, there's like, yeah, those people should be mad. Like all those people who are out in the street should be mad. Their lives are sort of predetermined, and they're aware of it, and they know that it's just a glass ceiling everywhere. Everybody, it looks like you can be upwardly mobile, but actually getting the rubber on the road to make that happen is hard. And people are mad, and it's the finances, and it's the way that the inner city's treated. It just is a bad optic all around.
Something I noticed, I've been in America a lot, but I did some talks in prisons, and I noticed that people go to prison for a very long time for like what we would consider not very serious crimes over there. Are your prisons run for profit like they are over here?
Of course.
Yeah, so it's kind of a racket.
Like,
is it a racket?
It is a racket. It's a racket, and there's a lot of people that end up in prison, pulling prison terms that have no business in there. But it's also like kind of like, well, I'm kind of glad we got this guy in there, you know. So there's handfuls of each of people that you don't want walking around.
Yeah.
And there's people who probably shouldn't be in there in the first place.
Yeah, it seems like they take the low-hanging fruit a lot for just to keep the numbers up. Because when I was doing a talk in Louisiana in Lake Charles, there was a girl, and she was in the talk, and then she got called away, and then she was hysterical crying. And we were like, what happened? She was a mother, I don't know, petty offending, drugs or prostitution, I don't know what it was, but she'd lost her kids. And she came back hysterical. And she had 5 years, she had like 5 years hanging over her, like suspended. And she somehow breached it in a really petty way, like she contacted her kid or something. And they slammed the 5 years back on her. So in the 2 hours that I was in the jail, she got a call. She went and met the governor. She came back hysterical. She had 5 more years on her sentence. You know, but something I've noticed in Europe, and I really, like, I have seen and Australia too. I've seen all these videos of police brutality. So you see this where a policeman punches an old lady like me and she falls to the ground. And then you see like a policeman kills somebody in Trafalgar Square and he's not moving. But then later he's sitting up with the other policemen and they're taking their costumes off. And like the old lady has been tracked to several demonstrations where she keeps trying to be a fake protester. So I think there's definitely this thing of, there's a narrative they're trying to bring of, oh, police brutality is absolutely rampant. Have you seen anything that looks like fake to you?
Yeah, there's always that stuff. You can always find people calling foul on the internet, but like you can't get focused on those. I just kind of chalk those up to the anomalies that are there, and you can argue that, but I personally have stopped watching any police snuff videos. Like, if you say a cop shot somebody, I'm just going to believe you. I don't need to watch it.
Me too. I can't watch that shit. In a way, YouTube has become a little bit like mainstream media. Do you see that?
Well, owned by Google, the algorithm is completely set up for mostly for commerce is what they're gearing it towards, but the end result is that they end up yanking all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and promoting other stuff. So other stuff goes up to like 500,000 views, 1 million views, like, okay, what is that? You know, it's like living in the Twilight Zone. It really is.
Yeah, a little bit. And it's annoying because people try to jump ship off Facebook and YouTube, but they're the platforms. They're the platforms where everybody is, and it's hard to get a mass exodus unless there's a shutdown like with MySpace. I'm surprised something hasn't happened with Facebook like MySpace yet, because it's.
Is MySpace all gone? I've never.
No.
It's
partially owned by Justin Timberlake, and you can still go set up a MySpace.
I must go. I had an account on there. I should try and recover it. Although
I never was able to go on there without it like my computer's RAM couldn't handle the amount of crap people would plaster all over their page with music and images trying to load. It's like, I'm not going to MySpace. It's too much. But they shut that down because people started sharing information with each other, and they ended up rearranging it so that you couldn't, and then people were just like, this sucks, and then they jumped ship, and it just kind of sat there for a long time, and a couple of people bought it and tried to dust it off. I think it still has its uses. They promote stuff on there, but I don't see a lot of advertising going on for it.
No,
which is what they were missing. I mean, they put all this money into revamping the website and purchasing it. They should have had a media campaign. It's I don't know.
Okay.
I wake up and I go rolling through. I roll through Facebook and look at what's going on, see if anything major happened, if there's been an earthquake or something weird like that. But I do live streams drinking coffee, and people on Facebook piss me off. Like I'm so sick of the everybody just seems boring compared to me. They're boring. I'm sorry to be like that, but people live this life online, but I got offline and went out in the world and just like stuck my nose in stuff, and that's real. That's real.
I want to tell people about your work in Italy and Venice, and I know it's not your main gig. You're a comedian, and you used to be a political commentator, so you sound like you've gone past that. You don't want a political comment anymore, right?
No, I have things to say, but like right now we're in the middle of a war.
Okay.
Hard to see how things play out, but I just think a lot of it's funny. It becomes comical almost.
Yeah. So
it's kind of overload. Like for someone who I am a political junkie, but this is it's just everywhere now. You don't even have to. There's nothing to say. It's just, you know what I mean? Like everybody's just doing what they're doing and what they've been doing for the last 4 years, and that's all it is.
Yeah, it's like, because I remember I was in California in 2008 when Obama got elected, and I wrote a piece about that. And then we have 2012, we got in again, and then we have 2016 when Trump got in. And it's affecting the whole world. It's just anyway. Look, I just want people to know that a lot of people don't know really who you are and what your history is. So I'm not going to say too much in the past, but part of what you do comedy, but part of what you did and what I saw was the most amazing videography and photography from. You did a trip to Rome for Kevin Galloway, and I don't know if those videos are all lost. They were so amazing.
No, they're actually back up now.
That's great. And
if you go over to his Facebook page and look in his videos, they're there.
Yeah, maybe I
should go nab them. I should go take them because I don't have copies anymore. I should go nab them because they did. I mean, they're not what I really would want them to be, but we did the best we could with what we had.
They were stunning. And then some of the photography you did while you were in Rome and Venice, like to me, it was breathtaking. It was like lifetime photography, you know.
Thanks. No, I don't think it was that high quality, but I do know how to frame a shot.
Oh, there was some, and you've lost a lot of that. You've lost a lot of that original.
You know, the funny thing is I lost a bunch, but if I go back online, everything that was really good ended up online. Everything else was just like, I kind of try to think about it like that. I was like, well, everything that I really wanted online ended up online. The pictures I wanted to go up, the videos, you know, there's all the little clips that were really good ended up in videos and they're up online. So it's like, yeah, it's a big loss, but if
you spent a week, you could maybe pull back the best of it. Because you did things like you filmed the what do you call it, Sistine Chapel and this, that and stuff. You didn't care. You were a little bit terrorist, a little bit gangster with your, like, I'm going to get this, you know, this might be the last time.
Well, you end up there and you look around and you're like, damn, I'm really in here. So I better like make the best of this.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to film in there.
Yeah, there was some amazing work. So that's great. Yeah. And then like, you know, way back in the day, you won a prize for your commentary on State of the Union address by Obama.
No, that was the San Bernardino speech after the San you know, shooting InfoWars at a contest. So I put in a last minute thing, and it must have been way different than the other submissions, and I won that one. I actually have, and see, I thought I lost that video, but that's up online. Both of them are the original that I did and me on InfoWars. So I did all my work. Like I'm okay with it. I thought I'd lost that too, but I went back because, you know, when I went to court, I shut my channel down for the most part, and I just haven't put it back up. But I don't know, my show ain't that great. So let's wrap this one up.
Yeah, just tell me going forward, what do you see, like what's going forward, what's with Rupert? That's why I wanted to touch base and say this guy hasn't gone anywhere. He's just been quiet for a while. So what do you want to do going forward? And how to be
well, assuming that, you know, really what I would like to do is run around this country for a while. I wish I had some way to travel and document it, and just go and just get in adventures and just go to random places and meet random people. I'd love to do that. And then of course I want to go back to Italy. I want to go back to some of the places that I've been and do it again. I did a podcast yesterday that's coming out, so I'm trying to see what will happen as a result of that.
Okay.
Without putting in, because I've put in a lot of effort into this stuff and not really gotten my view counts are always suppressed, and people have been watching my shows and stuff for a long time. They all say the same thing. It's like it's weird that this never turned into a thing.
Yeah,
because it was pretty different. I could use another writer, maybe. Well, I could use somebody else to write, but
I see the evidence of other people using your style, like your fast.
Paul Joseph Watson completely stole, like after I won that contest, I know what he did. He went back and watched all my videos and just stole aspects of it. And then just all of a sudden he's doing videos exactly like me.
Yeah.
Only his get like 500,000 views in a day and mine don't.
It's so random. Well, not random. It's maybe just so selected. But look,
he's such a twit. He takes 2 minutes of material and talks all slow and turns it into 6.
All right. Well,
all right. We should do this again, but I gotta bounce.
All right. Love you. I don't love you. Nice to talk to you.
All right.
God bless.
Bye, gal.
Bye.